Hey guys, and welcome to your monthly reading. This reading is going to be for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Cancer. We're going to take a look at what general messages your spirit team wants to relay to you for the remainder of this month and going forward. Now, please keep in mind that this is just a general reading, meaning that the messages may or may not resonate with you. However, do take the messages that does resonate, leave the rest behind, and also be sure to check out my other videos for your other sign placements if you find that there are no messages in this particular video for you, okay? So with that being said, let us go ahead and get started with your reading. So thank the beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors for the collective sign of Cancer for being present. We're going to start your reading off with your oracle messages. So let's take a look at what those say. All right, so you guys have influence. And it says, maintain awareness of yourself and your external environment to measure the impact of influence. All right. And then you guys have, start saving money. You will need the stash for something important that's coming. Okay. And your charm message is house key. Okay, spend more time with loved ones. You will be moving soon. Someone wants to open up to you, but is unsure how to. All right, with house key. So I'm looking at these two together where it says start saving your money. You will need it for something important soon, and then you get house keys. So could some of you possibly be moving soon, Cancer? But let's take a look and see what messages come out for you guys. So thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors for the collective of Cancer. Can you please guide this reading and show me what is Cancer's current situation? Current situation for Cancer. All right, and you guys have the Hierophant in reverse. All right, and what is the current challenge? What is the current challenge for Cancer? Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. All right, and you guys have the Five of Swords in the challenge position. All right, and then what advice do you have? Beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors, what advice do you have for Cancers? Okay, and you guys have the Eight of Swords. Any advice? And lastly, what is the expected outcome? What is the expected outcome? All right, and we have the Chariot, all right, which is your major arcana card, Cancer. All right, so let's take a look at what we have going on. Card at the bottom of the deck for you guys is Temperance. All right, learning to do things in moderation as well as have patience, okay? Right off the bat, Cancers, I do feel like some of you guys will be looking to move soon, okay? And I do see this as a physical movement, so maybe getting your own house, own apartment, just own living space in general. With the cards on the table so far, I feel like Spirit is saying that you guys are not seeing eye to eye with some people, and that could be currently involving people that's in your living situation, right? Who share the same living space as you. So you guys could not be seeing eye to eye at the moment, and you're being asked to start saving your money so that you can alleviate yourself from this situation or the circumstance soon, especially with this house key coming up. All right, and the Chariot coming up as well, which is a card of movement. All right, so Spirit is asking you, I feel like for the majority of you, to get your finances in order, or just get yourself in order, period. Not only financially, I feel like mentally as well, with the Eight of Swords popping up, so that you can remove yourself from the situation. All right, because I'm definitely getting the energy of you guys not seeing eye to eye in a current living situation. All right, that's going to cause for you to eventually remove yourself from it. All right, you have the Hierophant coming up in your current situation in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse is you stepping outside of the box, right? Not doing things the traditional way, not falling for or being involved with the status quo, doing things on your own terms, doing things how you want them to be done, right? Not based on how someone else wants you to do it. And this could be where the conflict lies, okay? It's because you have a way of viewing things, a way of doing things, and you're maybe right now not wanting to take advice or counsel from someone else, all right? Which could be causing the conflict. And I do feel like this conflict is internal, meaning that it is within a living space, just because of all of the cards that we have that signifies, you know, the house key, and then you have the Hierophant, which is usually taking counsel from someone, and then asking you to save money so that you can prepare for something that's coming. So this is, I feel like, asking you, or points to the fact that you may be in a situation or surrounding where you'll have to eventually remove yourself from. Now you have the Five of Swords in a challenge position, and this was just like I mentioned earlier, telling me that you guys may be in conflict with someone. All right, not seeing eye to eye, just really one person, as you can see in this, like the one shadow is like facing one way, the other person is blocking one eye, as if not wanting to see things or not wanting to view or take counsel from others. All right, so some conflict definitely involved in your current situation. Advice from your beautiful spirit team, you have the Eight of Swords. All right, and the Eight of Swords is all about freeing yourself. All right, releasement. As you can see, he's caged in, this angel, but the top or the lid is open. All right, so this is also, I feel like, spirit saying you have the free will to remove yourself from whatever situation this is. This is just really telling me free will. All right, with that cage not being closed, it's not like you're trapped. All right, if anything, you may feel mentally trapped, but physically you're not. As long as you gather the right resources and put yourself in the right state of mind, you can do something about the situation that you're in. All right, especially with the Chariot coming up too, because the Chariot is also a card about free will and moving in a direction in which you want to move. Okay, not one that is told to you by someone else that you should be moving towards. All right, so Chariot is all about executing that free will, having direction. That's what's most important about the Chariot. All right, there's direction involved. They know where they're going. They're not just going off on a tangent, or they're just not reacting based off emotions, right? They have a plan, all right, and they have a map, so they know where they're going. So it's all about direction, all right? So I feel like with this Start Saving Money card, I feel like once you guys are more comfortable financially, that will alleviate some of the mental anguishes you may be having about how soon can you remove yourself from the situation. All right, so it's going to start with saving your money. All right, so then let's go ahead and clarify. And I feel like with this Influence card being here, and it says like maintain awareness of yourself in your external environment, like this just makes me feel like this Five of Swords energy is a tit for tat conflict, meaning that you guys influence each other, whatever the situation is for you all. I feel like it is a tit for tat. You did this, so I'm going to do that type of influence. All right. Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Why is the the Hierophant here in reverse? Why is the Hierophant here in reverse in the position of current situation? All right, and I'm also going to point out that the Hierophant is the number 5 card, as well as you have the 5 of Swords, which is equal to 10. So that is definitely saying that some completion needs to happen somewhere in this situation where there's conflict involved, and you, Cancer, maybe not wanting to follow someone else's lead on a call or a situation. All right, why is the Hierophant here in reverse? Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. All right, and you guys have strength. All right, yeah, strength. You feel like you can do it all by yourself. All right, not really caring to hear what someone else has to say, their advice, their counsel, how their way of viewing things, or how, you know, their input on how things should be done. You feel like you've got this all on your own, right? With the Strength card popping up, you feel like you can tackle any issue, situation, without the help necessarily from outside sources. Or maybe you feel like you don't need external or outside influences at this time. Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Please clarify why is the 5 of Swords here in the position of the current challenge. Yeah, so some of you guys are definitely not seeing eye to eye with others on a particular situation. But Spirit wants you to know that you have control over I keep getting the word evacuate. Evacuating, you know, from the premises, right? You don't have to feel like you're caged in. They want you to execute your free will, Cancer. All right, so we have the 3 of Wands to clarify the 5 of Swords. And you guys could be maybe you guys are, you know, waiting for something. Maybe you have been trying to save your money. You know, you have been doing little things here and there, all right, but it's not coming in as fast as you would like, all right, which is, you know, causing you to have lack of patience, which could also lead to frustration, which then eventually leads to conflict, all right, with others around you. All right, because the 3 of Wands is, as you can see, she has her surfboard, she's ready to go, but there's no waves there, right? So you guys, when I look at the fire, and it's also meaning that there is a burning desire on the inside to get going, to get moving, right? But it's all about, with those waves not being there, I feel like they're not there yet because it's not time. So it always goes back to divine timing, all right, which requires you to be patient. All right, so that with this being in a challenge position, this could be what it is. You guys are feeling like you're sowing your oats, you're planting your seeds, you're, you know, starting off maybe small, but you're waiting for the big turnaround, okay? And it may be frustrating considering that it is in the position of the challenge, or there just could have been also obstacles in the way that's preventing things from moving as fast as you would like. Thank you, beautiful angels, for spirit guides, ancestors. Clarify the 8 of Swords in the position of the advice. But I feel like too, with this 8 of Swords being here, Spirit is asking you to not cage yourself in mentally, all right? You are as free as you want to be in this situation. There's nothing necessarily holding you back besides maybe your own self telling you that, all right? So just be mindful that the situation or the circumstances can be changed, all right? But it's going to take movement on your part. Why is the 8 of Swords here in the position of the advice? Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. You guys have the Five of Swords again, all right, and the advice of from your beautiful spirit team, right? So whatever's bothering you, all right, and remember how I said I just said, you know, to not cage yourself in mentally, right? And how he's like holding his head as if like he has all these problems on his mind, right? But also in the background, if you can see, there's someone who is liberated, all right? So I feel like this is too saying remove yourself from the situation if it is peace of mind that you seek. All right, if it's peace of mind that you seek, then liberate yourself, guys. All right, because you have the cage that's open here, right? And you have the guy who's like, okay, I go from this mental anguish to, you know what, I'm just going to release it all. All right, so definitely being called, guys, with this being in your vice position to just liberate yourself both mentally, and if it calls for you to I keep getting the word evacuate from the premises, then that is considered physically, right? So either way, thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. But that's why I feel like it's going to be important with this saving money card. All right, so some of you guys are going to have to get yourself financially set before you can do so, but this is spirit giving you the message to go ahead and start doing that. All right, because it does say that something important is coming, so maybe an opportunity is going to come in where you'll be able to evacuate the premises, right? And be able to move on. So why is the Chariot here? Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Why is the Chariot here in the position of the expected outcome? And I love that being your expected outcome card, the Chariot, just because, you know, this is you taking control, right? Not for anyone else's destiny, but for your own. All right, so you planning, you saving money, and you just making the decision to finally move around, right? All right, and we have that Ace of Wands as your expected outcome. All right, so feeling inspired, right? A new opportunity, all right, coming in for you guys, and feeling inspired, maybe getting this, you know, oomph of energy to come in and just, you know, motivate you to say, you know what, it's time, right? It's time to move forward, and you'll feel inspired to do so, and you won't let anything hold you back. And then look at this at the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. All right, so definitely some changes coming in for you guys that's going to allow for you to create a strong new foundation for yourself. All right, so then now let us get some oracle messages to see what else your spirit team wants you to know. Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. 3 oracle messages for my lovely Cancers. What else do they need to know? Yeah, you guys could be like a button heads with some people, and like I say, I strongly feel like it's from within a living arrangement, a living circle. All right, you have your way of viewing things, they have their way of viewing things. You want to take your own approach, while they may be suggesting a different way of doing things that you're not necessarily fond of. All right, 3 oracle messages, please, for my lovely Cancers. I do feel like, though, like that with that Ace of Wands and the Chariot, you guys will get the inspiration that you need to move forward. All right, so there may be some news coming in for you guys. There may definitely be some opportunities coming in for you guys that's going to allow for you to feel inspired. All right, feel inspired to continue to move forward. All right, 3 messages, please. Thank you, beautiful angels of spirit guides, ancestors. Don't allow yourself to go into mental anguish, though, Cancers. All right. Don't allow yourself to go into mental anguish, because Spirit wants you to know that at any given moment you can change the situation. All right, you're not trapped. You're not being held hostage. So if it's something that you don't like about your living situation or your living arrangement, it can be changed. So no need to worry or let yourself be bothered by those things that can be fixed, right? All right, and you guys have all is well. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should be. Find peace and wisdom by accepting what is. All right, so finding peace, all right, letting go of those mental anguishes, and just knowing that, you remember what I said, divine timing. Everything is unfolded exactly as it should be. So just continue to do your part, and be prepared. As you can see with this Three of Wands, right? She's prepared so that when the tide does come in, she's not going to wait for the tide and not have her stuff together and then be like, oh, well, let me run and go get my surfboard. The tide is here now, or the waves are here now. No, she's going to be prepared so that when it does come, she can make her move. Okay, she can jump right in and get to work. All right, so just continue to do what you're doing. All right, it's really, I feel like the strong message too here is for you to prepare yourself financially, so that when things do start to come together for you, you'll be prepared. All right, 2 more messages, please, for Cancer. Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. 2 more messages for Cancer. All right, and these 2 just rolled out, so I'm gonna keep them. So you guys have wealth. All right, and it says new financial opportunities will help you achieve long-term success. All right, so this could be, how this is saying that something important is coming in for you guys that's maybe going to allow for change to happen for you. And it could be a new job offer, a new job promotion, whatever it is. It's all going to come in due timing. All right, and then you guys have inner child. And it says connect with your inner child and listen to what your child self has to say as you move forward on your journey. All right. And I feel like that's part of letting go of mental anguishes, right? Because usually it's just adults who have mental anguishes. Children don't, right? They're innocent, they're young, they're free. All right, so just tapping into that part of yourself and saying, you know what, I am not going to let this stress me out. Spirit has a plan for me, the universe has a plan for me, and I'm just going to do my part, because you know what, all is well. All right, and there are going to be things that's going to come in. It may take a while, or it may not be here as now as I like it, but it will come in. So until then, let me embrace my inner child, have fun with life. Don't let the stresses get too much of me, right? Okay, so then now we're going to take a look at 2 aspects of your shadow self that you can work on during this time, Cancer, as it relates to the messages from this reading, or just in general that your spirit team feels like you can work on. So 2 shadow messages, 2 aspects of the shadow self that Cancer can work on during this time. Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. All right, and you guys have trickery, which says abuse their power and manipulate others, double dealing, scammer, deceitful. And it says ensure you use your power responsibly. Remember, when harming others, you end up hurting yourself. All right, for those of you who are dealing with a trickery shadow aspect of yourself. All right, and then let's get another aspect. Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Yeah, and I do feel like too, that's just saying, you don't have to manipulate others in order for you to get what you want. All right. So even with the conflict that may be going on within or even externally, you don't feel like you have to manipulate the situation for the outcome that you desire, Cancers. One more message, please. Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. All right, right, and lastly, you guys have instigator shadow. All right, stir up trouble and create conflict. So are you the starter of this Cancer with this Five of Swords here? Are you the starter of the conflict? All right, so we have stir up trouble with create conflict, calculating, pushes buttons, provoker. All right, and it says if you act in a way that is positive and minimal drama, you attract the same kind of positive situations in people. All right, so definitely want to be mindful of that, guys. Not stirring the pot. All right, even if it's down to just coming to the agreeing to disagree approach, right? That way you don't have to feel like you're manipulating people to feel how you feel, because obviously there's some type of disagreements and feelings somewhere, right? Or views or perspectives. So just realizing that you don't have to manipulate people into seeing things how you want them to see them, or even, you know, stirring the pot in a situation. Spirit is for the most part calling on you to, instead of doing things such as that, to just evacuate the premises, right? Remove yourself from the situation. All right, you're not being tied down or forced to be somewhere where you don't want to be. Thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Now let's get one archetype message for Cancer. One archetype message for Cancer. All right, and you guys have the quick one, and it says something quickly will change in your life, so get ready to cover a lot of ground. This is a time for action, so don't hold back. All right, yeah, so a lot of cards too, or messages, guys, about some changes coming in for you guys, and spirit just wants you to be prepared when they do come in, right? And to start preparing yourself financially. I feel like it's asking you. All right, but in the meanwhile too, while you wait for those changes to come in, Cancer, just be mindful of shadow aspects of yourself that you can work on during this time. That's going to help to alleviate problems in your surrounding situations or circumstances. All right, so just being mindful of your trickery shadow self, as well as your instigator shadow self, learning how to rein those aspects in, or to even just confront them and approach them and realize that they're not needed in this particular situation, or even going forward for you guys. All right, with the influence card here, I do feel like you could be an influence. Influence doesn't have to be positive, okay? Influence can also be a negative influence. So don't allow yourself to be a negative influence to someone else, or vice versa. Don't allow outside external influences to be negative for you. All right, as you can see, there is a snake here in this picture. All right, which could, you know, signify trickery. Trickery, just like I said, just like this card says. All right, from self or others. So just be mindful of the type of influence that you are putting out there, as well as that you are receiving in. Okay, so lastly, we're going to look at your tea leaf cards that are already pre-pulled for you. So let's take a look. You guys have broken ring, which says parting of the ways in either romance or business. All right, so that could be something to do with, you know, you guys moving out or moving on, for those that it resonated with. You guys have flute, which says disappointment in a friend or a lover. All right, you have axe, forces working against you, and you have dark man, dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. Yes, so this is definitely for me, guys, signifying that you guys are definitely going through some type of drama right now, and spirit is asking you that, you know, to, instead of investing time and energy into it, hoping that things will be seen your way, it's now time to free yourself. All right, free yourself from the situation. So start getting your finances in order so that that can be done. All right, because once again, I do feel like some opportunities will come in for you guys that's going to allow for you to allow for that change to happen. All right, especially with this house key card coming up, and one of the messages is you will be moving soon. All right. All right, my lovely Cancers, that has been your monthly reading. Really hope you enjoy. If so, please be sure to hit the likes up button as well as to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, my lovelies, take care and bye-bye.